A wonderful moment, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to African Beauty Television Network. And it seems as if the Mafidi dynasty plans to have Harare fully controlled by ZANU PF bearing fruit as each day passes. Remember, there is a commission of inquiry which was set up, and they have managed to prove number one, about the incompetence, number two, about the corruption happening right there, number three, the council is failing to do things accordingly. But the most important thing is to know that they've noted that the water shortages in Harare, they've noted the how rubbish is piling up in Harare. Those are very important issues because they're going to raise health issues regarding the people of Harare. And also, Mbarem Sika is going to be an issue of focus. They are going to cast the blame on the city council or the city fathers and accuse them of failing to deal with that threat of Mbarem Sika. So let us take a look onto what is happening right here in Harare. And this is an update from Kuda. Jaima Fume clearly, this now needs serious attention. Overnight dumping is now evident to us residents. This isn't people walking and this is important. Big players are involved in dumping. The major question is why. What we need to see is there is failure. Let me highlight this. There is failure, one, on the part of council, number two, on the part of these business people. The council is supposed to provide those mobile bins, trucks, refuse trucks there. They must provide them on areas where dumping must happen, or where they need to come and offload the rubbish overnight. Then in the morning, council takes them and dumps them away to the dump sites. So the council executive, led by ZANU PF, has failed to avail those bins. There are so many of them, but the major question is, why are they hiding them? Why are they not bringing them onto the much required points? It's sabotage. So remember, the executive of the council is chosen by ZANU PF through the minister. We have seen recently the town clerk was suspended by Jacob Mafume, and the next morning he was attending a meeting against the suspension letter. What it clearly indicates and means is that they don't recognize Mafume as the boss. They are low unto themselves because they are appointed by the minister. That is the biggest problem, which means our councillors, our mayors are ceremonial. And another issue is that these companies, sometimes they deliberately dump onto the ground. They deliberately do so. They deliberately dump onto the ground, which is also a problem. Another issue is that if these companies are serious, they need to have refuse collection bags where they come to place the bags. You see that there are no dump trucks. You bring refuse plastic bags. You put your refuse in the plastic bags. You come and you put it in order in those refuse bags to allow that when the collection is happening, it will be very, very easy, and it will not be time consuming. It will not need the secondary players to come and sweep once again. So if you look at all those things, you can actually see that the major idea right there is to portray the council as a failure and create enough grounds for takeover. I know that a lot of people will not want to hear this, but this remains a fact. So we have seen these things happening time and again. And personally, here's my personal opinion. I believe and I view this as a sabotage because they came, they cleared the rubbish, and overnight the rubbish is there again. So I think those are very important issues which need to be dealt with. And we have a lot of incompetence, so much incompetence, so much failure in our government, and up until we deal with those issues. So these are the bins you are seeing right now, right there. We have so many of them right there in Harare. and that is the dump truck right there. So, you know, they can deal with this whole issue if they want to, but I feel that they don't simply choose to ignore. They don't want to deal with this issue religiously. So, very interesting moments right there. Everything is not working right here in Zimbabwe. Things are upside down. The major question is why? It's because of insincerity in our government. They are not sincere. They are not ready to deal with important matters, and I don't believe that they even have ideas or they have willingness. There is no willingness in terms of how our government operates. But those are really. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Let us meet in other episodes as well as other broadcasts.